Hi everyone, welcome back to True Mamre. I hope you are all well. My name is Mamre from Ghana, YouTuber in UK. I've shared a video with you. It's about MP in Ghana, precisely Pram MP, which is close to where I come from, and his opinion about the LGBTQ. And not to know, this guy has been fighting for this issue for a long time, and I think it's interesting. The moment I start to watch first video, you know how YouTube is, it start recommending more for me to watch. And this particular one is about him sending message to the USA. Say what? Hmm. He's sending message to the giant themselves, to Kamala Harris. He has really, really put Kamala in her place, I would say that, and US in their places where they're supposed to be. So in this video, he was talking about how America cannot lecture Ghana, and if anything, it is Ghana who's supposed to teach America democracy. I said, say what? Ghana teaching America and the West democracy? Well, they put that on us. They put that on us, and they want us to leave everything and follow democracy that they themselves do not follow. I call it democracy, by the way. So I'll make this video short. Just listen to what he has to say about the message, the agenda they brought to Ghana, and the message is sending back, because because of internet, we all know what is going on in every corner. If you want to know, you will know. So he has also dig some debt on them to send back to them. And I like people like him. I like people who can speak their mind, and not be bullied by others or any country. We need young men, young women like that in Africa. Because, the same people who brought it to us, they do not deal with it. They do not follow it, but they want you to follow it. Does it make sense? Like, when in UK here we were about to inaugurate our, what did they say? How did they say it? Our king. There are traditions. We have holidays. They will be marching. A lot of things will happen, and they will spend a lot of money to do this ceremony. In Ghana, we have Ashanti king. They also do their tradition, and even all the small towns and the rest, they have their way of doing. So can you Ghanaians come here and tell British that no, we want you to do the way we do it in Ghana or Africa? Hmm? Do you think they will even listen to you? They will even give you 1 second to tell them that oh no, the way you install your chief or queen, no, your king, that's not how we do it. We want you to wear all those gold and the rest and do it like we do it in Africa. They won't accept it. So why would you that's my problem. But apart from that, I don't have any problem with the LGBTQ. No, I don't have any problem. Because if I have problem with them, then I have problem with my family. Like I said, I have members in my family. We don't have problem. But the way these people are bringing this thing, it will cause big problem to Africa people, to us. Before, no one cares, like I said before. But now it's like you have to be looking. You have to watch what you say. You have to watch how you talk, which it wasn't like that. It was not like that. So this guy, Sam, wherever you are, if you come across this video, I salute you, say, we need men like you who can talk their mind, who can say the truth. I'll bring you another video about him again. That's how much I like him, because he have wisdom, and I want as many people to hear him speak. I want to share it to as many as I can. I will make this video short, so please listen to him. Leave a comment for me. I love reading comments, and I'm sure you love reading some other people's comments. That's how we share opinions. Share it and like the video if you like topic like this, and subscribe. I'll be happy. It's free. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time for listening to me talking rubbish. Thank you. I will see you soon. Bye bye.
One of the handful of MPs that brought this bill to the House, you can call him the proponent or chief proponent of the anti-LGBTQ bill, is the Ningo Prampram Member of Parliament, Samuel Nate George. He's joined us on the line. Honorable George, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Hi, good evening, Tomorrow. Good evening to your listener.
So a lot of things have happened over the past 24 hours in relation to this bill of yours that you have before the House. So the U.S. Vice President has spoken, the President of Ghana has spoken, now the number 3 gentleman of the land has also spoken. As a proponent of the bill, what do you make of all these 3 submissions? Do they take away or add anything to your bill as you are presented and are working on since you deployed it some 2 years ago?
Well, I don't see anything being taken away, but I see something being added. I do not see anything. I mean, the comments by Kamala Harris were an expression of an opinion. Opinions are like noses, everybody has one. Kamala Harris is the last place we will go to for a lecture on human rights. I mean, you say when you want a lecture on morality, you don't go to a brothel. And so the U.S. Vice President is the last person to be giving lectures on human rights. Her record and the record of her government on human rights is appalling, and not one that Ghanaians will want to learn anything from. President Akufo-Addo, on the other hand, lost the golden opportunity to take a stand, like his predecessors had done, to make clear Ghana's unequivocal position on the issues of LGBTQ. He chose to beat around the bush and try to distance himself from the bill and say, oh, it's not my bill, it is a bill by a handful of members. Well, a handful of members have presented this bill, and Parliament will pass it, and we will demand of him to execute it and sign it into law. So whether he calls it a bill by a handful of persons or not, and whether he tries to distance himself away from it, his Attorney General, who is the chief legal advisor and basically lawyer to the president in his capacity as president of Ghana, Godfrey Dami, has contributed to the bill and has eventually given the bill a pass by his standards. So it will suggest that the government's position on the bill is that it supports the bill. So for the president to run away from his own government's position is a worrying and sad spectacle on the international stage. Now, what is added to the bill is what happened today. The comment by the Right Honourable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, the fact that he made a bold call and a bold decision that this bill will be passed, and that we are not going to be cowed by the undemocratic comment of the Vice President of America. I mean, the American people should be coming to Ghana to learn a few things from our parliament when it comes to issues of lawmaking, because we would be in a very good position to help them with a private members bill, help their members of Congress, for example, pass legislation on gun control to avoid the senseless killing of innocent children, like we saw yesterday, barely 2 hours after Kamala Harris's unsolicited opinion. We saw gun violence that killed 3 young children and 3 teachers in an American school. Gun violence is a human rights issue that should be looked at closely by Kamala Harris and her boss, Joe Biden. And we as Ghanaian Parliament will be willing to help them draft a bill because we see that that's an area in which they lack the expertise. And so for us, and for me as a sponsor and my colleagues sponsors, we are buoyed by the Speaker's reassuring words and the fact that we know that the overwhelming majority of the Ghanaian people, be they Christians, Muslims, or traditionalists, are fully behind this bill. And as president, he must always remember that his fidelity to the 1992 Constitution he swore an oath to uphold, not the opinion of a vice president who comes into another country and behaves in a very hypocritical and undiplomatic manner.
Okay, now the president ultimately is the one who has to put a pen to the bill when it comes to the Jubilee House before it becomes law. Otherwise, it will remain what it is, a bill. Listening to the president adopt a wait-and-see approach, do you get a sense that, and again, listen to what the speaker has said, do you get a sense that if the bill goes before the president, he may not assent to it as is usual and is expected, unless the president has challenges with bills that are brought by the House of Parliament?
Well, again, it's not entirely correct that if we went to him and he didn't sign, that would be the end of it. The president will be requested by Parliament to sign the bill into law. It will be politically suicidal, and it will mark the sound of the death knell on his abysmal governance if he said he was not going to sign that bill into law. I mean, that would be the beginning of the collapse of his government and his legacy. And so I want to hazard that thought, because I think that his advisors and handlers would advise him. Let's assume that the president, in his usual recalcitrant manner, decided that he wasn't going to sign it into law. What you would then see is that within 6 months, the Constitution gives us the power to bring the bill, after 6 months of it being with the president, if he fails to sign, bring the bill back to Parliament and get parliamentary accent by getting a 2/3 vote on the bill. Don't forget that for the bill to pass, you just need a yes vote or a no vote. And if anybody called for a division, it will be a head count. Now, if that was done and became a bill and went to and the bill was passed by Parliament after the third reading, and the president refused to sign it, after 6 months, you can bring it back to Parliament, and with a 2/3 vote of the House, it will become law. So with the president or without the president, we'll pass this bill. That much I can assure him, because it will be a clear sign to the president that his own MPs will break ranks with him.
I see, but people also are interpreting the comment by the vice president of the US to mean that we are being, cajoled in a way to agree to have LGBTQI rights in Ghana, because listening to the vice president, she sounded very sure of her position. She says it's a human right that ought to be agreed with. Is your bill opposed to the rights of LGBTQI people in Ghana? Is that your position? Is that what you have in that document? Because we are again told that the bill has been, for want of a better word, sanitized by the Attorney General. Has that taken care of all the issues that may arise, that may put us in the light that Uganda has been put in now following the passage of that bill and the accent to same?
First and foremost, the president's comment that the bill has been sanitized by the Attorney General shows that the president is not on top of the job. He's not on top of his brief. Because when the Attorney General met with the committee, that meeting lasted less than an hour. Because
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate your time. What do you think? Leave a comment. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.